next. Well, I can tell you, Florida State troopers are ready. They are also getting ready for the back-to-school rush this morning. They're already out in full force, making sure that you're obeying those school zone speed limits, that you're stopping for the buses when appropriate. And joining us right now is our good friend, Lieutenant Kim Montes from FHP. Great to have you, Kim.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here. I know it's a busy morning. Let's talk about that, because you'll hear drivers say all the time that they can tell the difference when school is back. There is a crush of cars out on the road, right?
And that's everywhere. That's all of Central Florida. All the Central Florida schools are starting back today. And I-4, all the small roads, everything's going to be busy today.
All right, so specifically school buses. Let's talk about those important rules to the road that sometimes we forget over the busy summer months, right? What do you want people to remember?
You know, they're carrying precious cargo, and the seconds that you have to stop for a school bus makes a difference in putting a child at risk. If you're behind a school bus, the yellow lights will start flashing, the red stop sign comes out, you must stop behind a school bus. The confusion comes in is, when do you have to stop coming the opposite way?
Okay.
If there's no physical barrier between you and the opposite side, a raised grass median, a raised cement median, then you are required to stop until that school bus moves again.
Okay. Many of these kids are going to be out on the bus stops. It's going to be dark out there. It's just so important to remind drivers that you just got to be aware at all times, right?
You have to be aware, and we want parents to have that conversation, especially with those teens. There should not be any horseplay at the school bus stop. We've had crashes in previous years where kids are horseplaying, somebody gets pushed into the road, and then they get struck by a car.
Oh,
so school bus stops, school zones, everything needs to be aware.
Let's talk texting and driving, because that is also going to change right now because of the school zones, right?
You know, get in the habit now. The law starts to change October 1st. October 1st, you cannot hold your phone in a school zone or where children are crossing. Work zones are also covered, but for school, let's get in the habit right now, new school year. Put those phones down when you're around a school.
Let's talk about the helmets. This is also a big push, because there are going to be kids who are going to be riding their bicycles, right?
You know, so many kids walk and ride their bikes, and we have found that a lot of kids are not wearing their helmets. The law requires you to wear a helmet if you're under the age of 16, and that's to protect your head. We had a little boy killed last year, school year, and unfortunately, we don't know if that helmet would have helped him that he wasn't wearing. So all kids are required it. We're actually going to be out, and if we see a child not wearing a helmet, we're going to hand them a flyer, let their parents know what's required of them. We don't want to issue any tickets, but that is an option if these kids continue not to wear helmets.
And they're not expensive. You know, go to Walmart, wherever,
right.
Buy your kid a helmet. It could save their life.
And make sure it's properly fitted. The whole sliding back on the back of the head, this is to protect your noodle,
right,
so you don't get hurt.
Make sure that strap's extra tight down
That's
there, whether
right.
they like it or not.
Yes.
Great to have you, Lieutenant Montes.
Thanks.
Always a pleasure. Thank you for all the great work you guys do in our community. We're so grateful. And Bob, we're